I'm Vaibhav and I welcome you to the second episode of the podcast There is Always a Solution. And I'm very happy that everybody gave a good response on my first episode. And I'm looking forward to sharing more views, more questions, and their answers in this second episode. So, again, this episode, I want to start with a small story, a short story, again, of a blind man. In this particular story, this young boy, a blind guy who is blind from the birth, uh, had this thought, has this vision that he wants to climb up a mountain. And when he shared his vision, his dream to people around him, to the villagers, everybody made fun of him. Everybody said it is not possible, very, very impossible to do that. Forget about this dream. But this kid is very determined. This guy is very determined. He started practicing climbing trees, finding ways how to, juggle around things and how to find ways to walk up. And one day he decided to climb up the mountain. And when he was doing that, the villagers came around and started watching him. And what he did is he started walking, and everybody started giving him instructions where to go, how to where to go from. And while going up, he kept falling and getting up and keep moving. Kept falling, getting up and keep moving. Eventually, he reached to the top of the mountain, and he had a great feeling of achieving that. The dream which he always wanted to uh, overcome, or he wanted to achieve. Then everybody was happy and everybody was cheering him, and he has a great perspective and great feeling of this achievement. What we get this from this story is that no matter how many obstacles you may have in life, if you are determined to do something, you'll be able to do that. The perseverance is very important in whatever you want to do, and this is going to help us in our today's podcast because we're going to talk about the relationships. We're going to talk about the marriage. We're going to talk about how to conduct ourselves in the society. And for that, we need to have this attitude that we want to make things work. So let's begin our first question with this understanding. This first question is my partner expects me to live in a joint family after marriage. But I've always enjoyed my independence and privacy. But I don't want to lose him. What can I do? I'm going to repeat this question again. My partner expects me to live in a joint family after marriage, but I have always enjoyed my independence and privacy. But I don't want to lose him. What can I do? It's a very common question in today's time where people are getting married, or they are married, that they want the expectation. The expectation issue is a big issue. What I would say, that if your partner expects something from you, I'm sure you expect something from your partner. The mutual communication is very important. You must talk to each other, come to a point where things work for you, because in a relationship you need to make things work. They are not going to get work on its own. They are not going to get work with expectation. Least expectation, more communication, and more understanding can help you to live a relationship or have a relationship which can flourish well. I want to add this, and the point is independence, or I would say privacy. When you're married, to be honest, there is no much independence. When I say independence, more than independence, what we need is individuality. In a relationship, two people are together, but they're still individual. We must not forget that. When it says independence, if everybody try to be independent in a relationship, like I'm going to do what I want to do, you do what you want to do, then it's not going to work well. When we work together to make sure that we are not hurting each other's sentiments, we are not creating issues for each other, at the same time we value that each person is individual and they have the right to live the way they want to live, and I have the right to live the way I want to live. And it is going to help you a lot with this understanding. And one more thing I want to add, that when you're working in a relationship, don't go with preconceived notions. Like, for example, you're saying that I don't want to live in a joint family, or I want to live in a joint family. Don't go with a preconceived notion by listening to other people's story or what you have expected in your life. Because when you go with preconceived notion, there is dead end for anything. then you expect something to happen in a certain way, and to be honest, it's not going to work like that. When other people are involved in your life other than you, the thing's going to be in a different manner as well. So make sure that when you do or go in a relationship, there should not be expectation and no preconceived notion. Allow yourself to enjoy a relationship spontaneously. Yes, you have some agenda, some graph or some kind of structure in a relationship, but don't get stuck to it. Allow yourself to be free and mold yourself, because I've seen at certain relationships, when you go and live in a joint family, the family is actually so good that it enhances your relationship. And you may feel that, oh wow, I'm glad that I'm here with this group. And it can go opposite also. In some relationship, when you go in a joint family, the family can become a burden. Then family can become a reason of not being there. So don't go with a preconceived notion. Go with this idea that, you know what, let me explore. This is a new life I'm entering in. And with this person, even though I maybe, let's say, if it's a love marriage or even arranged marriage, you have spent enough time with a person and you're ready to get married. Now I'm going to start a new journey. Now I'm going to spend most of my time around this person. So that itself a great learning. So allow yourself to learn in a relationship, grow together. Mutual understanding, communication, and spontaneous flow of the relationship is very important. Whenever you feel confused in a relationship, there is a simple activity you can do. Sit down and ask yourself, what is the purpose of me being in this relationship? Do I want to make this relationship work, or I want to find a problem in a relationship? If your focus is on make this relationship work, then you may ignore some small problems because there's going to be there. Like I said, if the other people are involved, there are going to be issues. And if you are okay to move on with that, it'll help you a lot. But if you're going to keep finding problems, then every single thing will be an issue and you will not be able to enjoy your relationship. So coming back to the question, the independence, more than independence, look for individuality, understand individuality. When it's relationship, there is not much privacy because you're sharing energy with each other, so you cannot keep your own relationship or own energy all the time. But there are ways you can focus to find your privacy, which is practice meditation. Meditation will help you to resolve all the consequences, all the irritations, botheration you may have in the mind, and will help you to keep at sane and give you a good understanding. There's one meditation which is very helpful to keep finding your answers is contemplation. Sit down and anything that bothers you, contemplate on that, on particular thought, and you'll feel and you'll find a great answer to this. This is what I do. This is how I live. I don't live life with preconceived notions. I allow myself to go with the flow and be spontaneous so that you can enjoy the life to the fullest. Try this and see how things can work for you. Thank you so much. And after this, we're going to move to the second question. All right. Now we're going to talk about the second question. The question is, I have to constantly hear unsolicited advice from my elders. What can I do to stop this as it gives me too much stress and it is seen as rude to talk back? I'm going to repeat again. I have to constantly hear unsolicited advice from my elders. What can I do to stop this as it gives me too much stress and it's seen as rude to talk back? I've gone through this. We all have gone through this where we are growing up and we start to hear from our elders. And to be honest, unknowingly when we become at certain age, we'll start doing the same thing. What we need to understand here first, before even complaining about others, where they're coming from. At certain age, after certain age, they've gone through certain experiences. When they're giving us this advice, it is only coming from concern and their own internal fears, which you cannot work to remove that. They have to work on that. What you need to work on is understand their point of view. Yes, you want them to understand your point of view, so you need to understand their point of view as well. Most of the time, we always want others to understand us, but we never make effort to understand others. So this is the point where if you can allow yourself to understand that where they're coming from, and whatever advice they're giving, you don't have to take everything. You do what you feel like doing it. You consciously make effort to practice what you want to do, but that doesn't mean you stop listening to them, because sometimes when you listen to others consciously, you may get another perspective that may give you some idea or direction to start or stop something which you want to, or maybe some good or wrong direction you are going into. So that is one thing, that I'll understand where they're coming from. And second thing, what I would say, that have enough confidence in yourself. People will give you advice when they see you not sure in life. But if you're very sure in life and when you communicate well, you'll notice that you'll get less advice. Even though people will do that, because that is how, free advice is always there. People like to do that. But you have to see that for you, in order to come across stronger, come across confident, and let people feel that you know what you're doing, is by your actions, by your thought process, by clarity, having clarity in your mind. If anytime, you show your negative, you show your shoulders down, your head is down, you're not sure, you're not making decisions, people will always come and give you suggestions or advices. But you have to make sure that you are very confident about yourself. Even if you make a mistake, be confident about it. That is going to help you a lot. That is going to help you, of course, by sending that positive energy around you, by sending that energy that this person is very confident and that does not require too much advice. At the same time, it'll give you also to feel confident about your own self. And when somebody comes and give you advice, you're not going to get confused about other people's advice. In fact, you will continue to do what you believe in it, what you feel is right for you. So people advice is not, should not bother you much. It should be your own confidence, your own belief system that helps you to move forward. People will always going to give advice, because as I said, free advice is always given and people are okay with that. Hardly people follow themselves, but they can tell you what to do. In this point, make sure you tell yourself what you want to do, and stop yourself from getting bothered by what people are saying. Stop getting get affected by what people want you to do. And it is okay. It's your life. You need to make a decision, and just make a decision. Don't delay, don't procrastinate, and make sure that you work on yourself. And one of the best practices, write journal. Make yourself clear. When you're writing it, you're expressing yourself, and it gives you a clarity. You'll notice when you're expressing yourself to yourself, some of the things you'll remove that doesn't work for you. Automatically you get the better answer. Automatically you'll work in a way which you want to work on, and you'll always be successful in whatever you want to do. One thing you need in your life more than the advice is your self belief, self understanding, self awareness, and self confidence. Journaling and meditation is one of the best ways to do that. All right. I believe that this gives you some kind of, direction and idea to work on, and have a fantastic work towards your own self, and enjoy your life as much as you can, with at ease, with peace, and with a smile. We're going to move to the next question. All right. Now we're going to talk about the third question. I'm not religious, but my partner and his family is very religious and expects me to do everything in their religion, which I'm not comfortable with. What can I do, as I'm okay to learn, but I want the decision to be mine, and not a decision made for me? I'm going to repeat again. I'm not religious, but my partner and his family is very religious and expects me to do everything in their religion, which I'm not comfortable with. What can I do, as I'm okay to learn, but I'm not I want the decision to be mine and not a decision made for me? I agree with you the decision should be yours. When it comes to religion, it should be a personal choice. Spirituality, religion, what clothes you wear, what you want to wear, what you want to eat, all your personal choices. And I'm happy that you're saying that you want to learn. That is a very important thing. You want to learn from a very open mind, learn from very open perspective. You cannot say I don't want to follow and I want to learn. There are two different things. Yes, you want to follow what you want to follow is completely okay. Now you're getting into this relationship. You know how the family is. I always see this when you go to somebody's house, whether it's a guy or a girl or anybody, when somebody invites me to their house, when I go to their house, I don't decide how they should give me food, how they should treat me. Of course, I want them to treat me well, but they have their own house culture. When I go to their house, I need to follow that culture. And when they come to my house, I want them to follow my culture. And that culture keeps us, belongs to certain way. It's a social thing. Religious is a social thing. So when you're doing this thing, you need to make sure that it has to be done in a certain way because people are very emotional about it, and you don't want to hurt somebody or make fun of their emotions. For that, what you have to make sure that good communication is very important. If you want to follow, if they want you to follow, you have to make a decision for sure, but they cannot force you also. At the same time, try to understand what it is, what is it about. Religion is not a bad thing. A lot of people think that religion is a bad thing, or I don't want to be religious. Why not? Don't you want to be belong to a community? When there is a Christmas, don't you celebrate Christmas? When there is an certain way of uh, living in a society, don't you follow that, whatever the trend is going on? Religious is the oldest trend which is continuously going on. So see that has to be clarity in this matter, because it creates a religion is a such factor which can create a big differences or big problem. It has created in a society, it can create in a relationship also. So be careful, be conscious before you get into this relationship. And when you're deciding to go into this relationship, you have to work to make things happen. How it happens? Work together as mutual in with group, with your partner, with the family, but you have to make it work. Find the solution. There is always a solution to it. You may not do everything of that religion, but something that makes you feel comfortable and makes them feel comfortable. And I'm sure if you communicate well with them, they'll understand. If they don't understand, then I'm not sure if their relationship is right or not. Because I would say the religion is for humans. Humans are not for the religions, right? So the religion is created because there is a system, there is a group you have in the society which you follow. But that doesn't mean that religion should control the human being. So if a relationship is stopping you or creating a problem in humans' relationship, that is not the idea of a relationship, or that is not the idea of religion. Religion's idea is to bring peace, togetherness in a relationship. So make sure that you work with this understanding that I want to make things work, whether with or without religion. That has to be seen with the partner, with the family, and like how you believe or feel that your point of view is very important, or what you want to do is very important. Understand the other people also want to do their point of view is very important for themselves also. This brings me to again another the point which I spoke in the first question: individuality. Don't forget, even though yes you are a family, yes you are a partner, yes you are a couple, but you are guys are individual. Respect that individuality for yourself, for others. They want to do something, they can do it. You want to do something, you can do it. There's something you can do together. If you are mutually understand, do that. Make sure that you make things work. It is very important. The problem, if you focus in the problem, you'll always find every reason to fight, to question, to create distances. because your focus is the problem. But if your focus is the solution and you want to make things work, then you'll find every reason to make things work, no matter how difficult the question, difficult the problem, difficult the situation may arise. You will make sure that things will work. So put your mind in a state of finding solutions, not looking for problems, because there are going to be problems always. But a person who sees a problem can also see a solution, because there is always a solution. That is what I believe. And with this, I'm going to wrap up today's podcast, and I'm sure there's some kind of insight or some kind of awareness you'll get with this. And if you have another point or any another view, please share with me. I would love to hear your point of view and see how we can find more solutions in life to make things work for all of us. Make this world, makes our society a peaceful and a joyful society. Before we end, please share this podcast to more and more people. Help me to reach more and more people. Send me more questions so that we can together find the solutions. Together we can work and, as I said, bring peace in the society, bring peace to each individuals. You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Vaibhav Parashar 19. You can also watch this podcast on YouTube, which is Vaibhav Parashar, and the YouTube link. And you can send me questions via Google document, which is available on my Instagram handle. You can message me, and I would love to answer them. I would love to share my point of view from the spiritual perspective, from my yogic perspective, understanding, and let's see how we go from here. Keep enjoying, keep finding yourself at a good state, and keep finding a solution in your life. Om Shanti.